Hey guys, what is up? We are back with another tier list, and today we are doing all the legendaries, mythicals, and ultra beasts that are found in Pokemon. There's a lot of them, so I'm gonna go pretty quick with what I have, but we will go. So we're gonna just start it off, go kind of quick, talk about. There's a lot of different categories here, but we're gonna go Articuno. Articuno is probably my second favorite of the three legendary birds. But, you know, it's kind of basic, Gen 1, it being Gen 1 and all. So we're going to put it in B tier for now. I don't think there's anything too... It's elegant, but it's not too great. Ho-Oh is a cool Pokemon. But is it my favorite? Like, you know, it's definitely not my favorite of the two, I'll tell you that right now. Well, I'm not picking Ho-Oh. I'm going to put it in B. It's not... There's nothing bad about it. I don't dislike it. But it's, I don't know, its feathers and colors aren't my favorite. It's gold, or shiny is a lot better in my opinion, but its normal is not as much. I'm not sure of all the names of these Paradox forms, but we're going to go with the Amoonguss Paradox form. This, without any explanation, this doesn't make a lot of sense, because why would it be a Pokeball shape if it's back from the ancient past? Now, if they'd end up doing the theory that's going around of it just being the imagination and not actually time, that'll be crazy, and that would make a lot more sense, but right now, this doesn't make a lot of sense, so I'm going to put it in D for that reason alone. I don't remember Mistrevis's Fluttermane. Fluttermane, I think, is what this is. It's really just Mistrevis with longer hair. It's good. It'll give you that right now. And Mistrevis, I'm not a big fan of Mistrevis as a Pokemon. Magius is a little different, but Mistrevis itself, it's just a little bit longer hair. I'm going to put it in C tier. It's a good Pokemon competitively, though, so I'll give you that. I think this is Slitherwing. I do like the idea of... putting Volcarona, I'm gonna put it in A tier, on the ground and giving it little, like, making it flightless. But, again, the lore doesn't make sense because Volcarona was the thing that was used as a sun in the Unova region back in the day. So I don't understand. I'm hoping it's the Dream Theory, though. Sandy Shocks looks kind of dumb, but also, I mean, because, like, Man, I think he looks kind of dumb. I don't know. I mean, it stands up really tall because of it. Why are magnets like this back in ancient past? I'm gonna put it in D tier. I'm not liking the way Sandy Shark's looking. Iron Treads. Iron Treads, I think, is a cool version. I wish the face looked a little better, but the nose. You know what? I'm gonna put D because this is like the only one that doesn't. It's a robot form, but it's a little bit different. Like his face is a little bit different. I am gonna put this in. I'm gonna put it in B. I wish his face looked cooler and it wasn't just flat and the nose came over. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but I do like the way Iron Treads looks. Iron Bundle making Delibird relevant. Again, I mean, it's just, the Iron forms are just rough, or like the future forms are rough because of the fact that they're all just metal versions of the actual animal or the actual Pokemon. But again, it made Delibird really good, really useful, competitive. I do like that a lot. But other than that, you know, C tier because of it. Iron Hands, I like normal Hariyama more. I think that the colors that normal Hariyama work better than what the, I'm going to actually put this in D tier, than what Iron Hands is. Plus, its shiny is not good. I do not like its shiny. Then we got Iron, I think it's Iron Jugulus, I'm not sure. Haven't really messed around with the paradoxes too much. We're gonna go D. No, I actually like this one kind of a lot. You know, the sparkle colors that the purple that normal Hydreigon has, that pop out, I do like that. So I'm going to put it in B tier. I do like the way that the futuristic version of Volcarona's panel, I like both Volcarona's Paradox forms, and I like it kind of almost reminds me of like a Iron Man situation in Endgame, where he like has this, or like, not just Endgame, but I think it's also in Infinity War, where his stuff comes out and he fires a big laser. So that's what that reminds me of. So I do like the future form. You know, we got this, the iron form of Tyranitar gets hindered because it's like Mechagodzilla, which is cool, really cool. So I'll give it a B there. But it would be even cooler if we wouldn't have just got Duraludon in this generation prior, which was supposed to be like, who all feuds with Tyranitar, who was supposed to be like the Mechagodzilla. So this, you know, down points for me here. Now we have Celebi, one of the Pixie/Mythical Pokemon, and probably my favorite Pixie/Mythical. It's gonna be close. I'm gonna put it in A+. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in A+. Celebi, the green is what really does it for me because, wow, that was a lot of stutter. Because of the fact that green's my favorite color. It's an onion. I like Celebi a lot, probably more than any other any other Pixie out there. I think this is Wu Chin, maybe. Could be wrong. I have no idea. These guys' names are so weird. I'm gonna put it in F, man. I don't know. This is like the other ones. The other ones are pretty cool-ish, but this one, like it. I always look at its mouth and I think it's its face, and then the eyes like being in the little branches. Just not it for me. This snail did not do it for me. I think this is Chien Pao. Or Chien Pao. I like the sabers. The only thing that would make this Pokemon better, we'll put it in B. Only thing that would make this better would be that if it wasn't so skinny. I don't like how skinny it looks. Maybe if it was had a little more meat on the bones, or like its body, like its stomach area would be thicker. I would like this Pokemon a lot more. And its sabers are kind of long. I get that they're like swords or runes or whatever, but I wish they were a little bit shorter, just because like its body doesn't match its teeth. I think this is Tinglu, right? I could be wrong. I don't know all these names. So, Bull. I like the Bull idea. That's hilarious. I like that a lot. Put it in A tier. I do like this Pokemon. It's designed a whole bunch. It's like a wooden bowl. The tragedy. What is it? Quattro. The the tragedy legendaries. They're cool, and like finding them are pretty cool tasks to do. And then we got Chi-Yu. Chi-Yu is probably the best, most people's favorite. Like the Pokemon being just like the little loops, the eyes, and then the rest is just the fire it creates. It's not actually the Pokemon. I do like this design. The Firefish, Goldfish, genius. I do like that Pokemon a lot. Roaring Moon. How can you not like? I mean, it's a Salamence. This is like its Mega form, but ancient Mega form, which I like a lot. Even though that Salamence back in the day couldn't fly. So there's a lot of historical inaccuracies with these Pokemon that don't make a lot of sense, and I'm curious to see what they're doing with it. So, but I do like the design a lot, that it kind of mimics its Mega form. The ancient form of Salamence is really, really cool. Iron Valiant, I like the concept of fusing the two, like Gardevoir and Gallade, and making them one Pokemon. It does look a little derpy at some points, but I do think this Pokemon is pretty cool, so I'm going to put it in the A tier. Now we have Koraidon. We got the bike without wheels, or the bike that uses legs instead of wheels. I like it. Not my favorite of the two. I like the metal version better. I do think it looks like a cool ancient warrior that fights for its tribe or what have you. But having wheels doesn't make sense to me, so I'm gonna put it at B. Now we got Miraidon, which I think this is one of the coolest legendaries that we've gotten. I think like the one is purple. The purple looks really neat with the blue and the yellow. I like that a lot. And then I like me playing Scarlet. I used him instead, so it's going to go right in the A+ tier. I like that a lot. Now, I have seen these pictures. This is like the fusion of all three ancient forms or all three of the ancient dogs. I'm gonna put these both in A tier because we don't have much lore, and these are all three of the Swords of Justice. Now it makes me think though that in the game that we got these pictures and they're releasing the paradox forms of the ancient beast, that at some point we're gonna be able to fuse them like Iron Valiant. So I feel like we're gonna be able to fuse all three of those dogs, and then all three of the Swords of Justice. I think that'll happen, the paradox forms at least. So that definitely happened in the future. Now we move on to Regirock. Regirock, of the three original Regis, is my favorite one. I don't know why. There's something about his like the brown and the gray work well for me. I guess it's like an oranges, but it's shiny, really cool. I do like Regirock the most. Regice just kind of, or not Regice, it's Regice, my bad. It's just an icicle. It's just a bunch of icicle cubes. I don't know if I like it. It's like the pointed feet or what have you. But something about it is, it's weak to the other two. So I don't like Regice. Isn't my favorite. I'll tell you that right now. And Registeel, the smooth body, but it's a little bit more basic than I think the more complexity that Regirock has puts Registeel over. So I'm putting it in B tier. And its fingers are a little weird. Latias, Jet Plane Psychic Dragon, I guess, and then the Megas of the Legend. I'm gonna put these both for Latias and Latias. I don't like them. If it was only one of them, cool. I wouldn't be mad about it. But since they both have pretty much the same looking Mega, the stats might be different. I don't care about the stats right now. I'm looking at the design. It's just it was a lazy thing on Game Freak Spark, so I don't like. I'm putting F plus just because of it. Like it, just because of that alone. Nothing else about it. I mean, the design is okay, but that alone, F plus. Latios though, the blue jet plane, I'm liking it a little bit more. You know, it's weird that we have two jet planes. I don't understand. Like, they're like, let's make a jet plane Pokemon organic. That's what we're gonna do. So it's a cool idea. Not my favorite Dragon type Pokemon, but they are pretty cool. So I'm not gonna hate them too much. Kyogre. How can I not put Kyogre at least A+? You know, the color scheme of the Great Ball that it has is amazing. Those colors just work well together. So I'm gonna put, you know, Giant Killer Orca, like that a lot. A+ for sure. We might put it above Celebi. We'll put it top of A+. Primal Kyogre, honestly, in terms of design, obviously usefulness, it would be one of the best, S+. But in terms of design, I'm liking it less than normal Kyogre. Like, I love all the aura that pops out, but the thing is like, it loses all that, you know, it loses all that red that I think really works with Kyogre. It's a cool thing that it just, like, produces aura and whatnot, but I think the normal Kyogre look is, if normal Kyogre glue a lot more, it'd be a lot cooler, but I think the normal Kyogre look does it more for me. Now, Groudon, the red boy. I'm going to put it top of A. Really useful Pokemon, really cool Pokemon. Why is it not a fire type? I don't know. It makes sense that it is a ground type, but also it is just, you know, it loses to Kyogre. It just happens. He is the worst of the two legendaries, but in terms of like battle prowess, but it is really cool. It's like a spiky dinosaur Pokemon. I like it a lot. It is a really cool design. Then we move to Primal Kyogre, which goes into S+. The where the aura and stuff didn't work for Kyogre because it really didn't have a place for it. The cracks becoming molten lava on Primal Kyogre is amazing. I think that is just the coolest design change that Pokemon have made on a old Pokemon. So I'm gonna give it a nice S tier rank. Ooh, buddy, we got a lot to go still. Rayquaza. That's Shenron, dude. How can you not like Shenron is Rayquaza? How can you not think that this Pokemon is cool? It's green. It's a dragon. It's a cool space dragon. Mega Rayquaza, I'm not liking it as much as I like the I guess they went with like the Chinese kind of dragon with all the extra like frills and stuff, but I don't know, it's kind of bulky. Useful competitive wise, it is amazing. Like, being a Mega that can hold an item is crazy, but I like the original Rayquaza more. Sometimes more is not better, is what I'll say with Mega Rayquaza. Zapdos, I want to say probably the least favorite of the legendary birds. It just looks like it's in pain the whole time. I'm going to put it in C tier. Jirachi would have landed lower until I played BDSP and we get that free gift one. I'm putting it in A tier because it was a clutch team member on my squad. So we're going to put it in A, yeah. Normal Deoxys is going to be a B. I think it is a pretty cool design, and it really does a good job showing that it's just based off DNA, which is really cool. And then Speed Form Deoxys is my favorite. I'm going to put that mid A tier. I think it looks sleek, it looks nice, and then it looks like it's ready. Or I think this might be attack form. I think this is attack form, but it looks like it's going to deliver a mean blow. Defense form is a D tier. It just looks, kind of almost looks like a off-brand off-brand Samus, and it doesn't do a good job at that, so I'm gonna put that in D. And then I think this is speed form. This just reminds me of almost like third form Frieza. It looks real goofy. Don't like it as much, and it only has the one because it's trying to be fast, but it is still better than the ball that is defense form Deoxys. The 3 Lake Guardians, I'm gonna go all C. Actually, I'm gonna put Azelf into the I like the blue, like again, the blue and red scheme works just better. The other two, they just kind of are there. They almost, it's almost like they're like Mew, off-brand Mews, but I think in continuity or whatever, they might have created Mew. I don't know what it is, but they're supposed to be the things that could trap Dialga and Palkia, and it just never works. It's hilarious. So they're kind of useless, and I'm not the biggest fans of them. I don't think they look dumb, but just not the biggest fans of them. Dialga, man, immediately. No, I'm gonna go S plus. S, it's one. When I played Diamond and Pearl and I saw Dialga, I was like, that is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. That is the time dog of all powerfulness. It is amazing. Steel Dragon, what a great typing. Dialga's so cool. And its origin form, I'm gonna put it in S. I like the like its transition colors where it goes from dark blue down to the light blue. But again, it just kind of all the origin forms kind of look a little goofy, except maybe I guess or Giratina's, but I think Giratina's was a different time period. But I guess they were trying to mimic like Arceus, so that like they were supposed to look like Arceus. So, but I do like it. The thing on the neck though is kind of a little off-putting. If it didn't have a thing on the neck, it'd be much better. Palkia is cool, but I'm gonna put it in like high B. It's something, it being white with a little bit of purple instead of mostly. If it would be like mostly purple and white, I think it would have been a lot cooler, kind of like how Dialga is. But it just Water Dragon doesn't make any sense. I don't understand why the space is water. I don't understand that typing. I think it's almost. I will say it is. Its origin form is better than its normal form. And it is cooler than Dialga's normal form, in my opinion, in terms of that, because it looks like just a mighty centaur that is ready to just demolish. Whereas Dialga just looks like a broken goat or something like that. So I'll give that S tier. I do like its origin form a lot. Heatran, I've always liked Heatran, but not like crazy amounts. I'm gonna put it in top of A tier. Well, let's go behind Jirachi. I think if you had a Heatran normally, it'd just be like a big puppy dog. So that's what it reminds me of, just a lava murder puppy dog. But do like it a lot. Regigigas, I always thought Regigigas was really cool. It being the leader, and I always wish it was like a grass type. That way we would have a grass type Reggie, which makes sense. Like you can make things out of organic material. I don't understand why they don't have a grass type Reggie. It looks like it would be grass type, but the green is what really does it for me. If only its ability wasn't terrible. Giratina, its normal form, I don't want it. This one, the bulky form, I'm gonna put it in B, because whatever, it looks like a snake with legs, which doesn't fit right with me. It doesn't look as menacing as its origin form. I think is this origin form, which can go in the back of S tier right behind Rayquaza. It's that demon snake that is terrifying. I do think that its origin form is very scary for if you were like a little child and you were looking at this. You're like, that's so cool, but also terrifying at the same time. Moltres is my favorite of the three birds, but still, we're gonna put it at A. We're putting it at A, and people mock about the flame rubber chicken, and I'm like, that is hilarious. We're gonna go with the A tier. Cresselia, it's just a fat duck that is really forgettable if you really never played Diamond and Pearl or Platinum, so we're gonna put it in the C tier. Fion, F tier. Why would you make a baby Pokemon that is just inherently worse than its counterpart? Manaphy can go into the. Oh, let's go. I don't know. B tier. I've never used. I wish it wasn't so hard to get back in the day. I would have maybe used it more, but I'll put it in B tier. It's not bad, but it could be better. I don't know. I think it's the hair. It doesn't work for me. Darkrai looks really cool design, but I know its moveset is just kind of horrible and bad, and once its ability got nerfed, it got even worse or something. So let's just A+ just for design alone, but I wish it was better. Shaman, the normal form, it is just a little Sonic Hedgehog, but green Sonic Hedgehog. I'm gonna put it in A. I do like its flat, the green and white work, and green you're always gonna do better if you got the green color for me. I don't like its sky form as much, so I'm gonna put that in B tier. Something about it that is off for me. I'm gonna put it B. Arceus. We're going with. Oh man, just a mystery, but I'm gonna put it in A. Its design isn't the greatest, like a lot of people make fun of it because it's a goat trapped in a fence. But people are like, I wish it was just a better. It was easier to obtain. Up until recently, you haven't been able to obtain it legitimately, and for all the mystery, I wish we could see its actual 100% form. That would be pretty cool, because I think every time you see him, it's not like the actual form of Arceus. Victini is a really cool. I'm gonna put it right next to Celebi. it is cool pixie, but and the fire. And I remember seeing like the trailers for Black and White and Victini being like prominently a part of that, and I think it is a really cool Generation 5 Pokemon. Cobalion is, you know, the leader of Swords of Justice. I like its regalness. I'm gonna put it at A tier. Then we move on to Terrakion. Terrakion looks like it's about to, like a middle linebacker that's about to just bust through with a free blitz on the quarterback. I like his design a lot. Virizion, however you want to say it, gets a lot of hate, but I think it's I think it's a cool Pokemon. It might not be the best, but I think I do like it a fair amount. You know, the green helps. The green and red color scheme, that is a good color scheme. I just wish it was a little better. You know, how can you not put Mewtwo in at least S tier? We're gonna put it right behind the origin forms. It started off, to this day, it's still one of the most powerful legendary Pokemons, and it got even more power with its Mega Forms. Mewtwo, that's going in S tier right away. The Genie's design can all go here, because they just copied and pasted. Where's the other one? The new one. Where's Enamoris's Genie design? Hers is a little different, but it's because obviously it's more, but it's follows the same thing. They just copied and pasted. I'm not a big fan of that. It's not as bad as the Latias's Mega Form, but it is pretty bad. That they made 4 of them, kind of looking the same. Now I think it's their Therian form, a little different. It makes it a little better. The bird form, I think, looks goofy. We're putting that in F. This one's probably the worst one of the 3. I just think like it turns into a bird, kind of loses its elegance of power. I don't know what you call this, but I think it's like almost like it's a Genie form just got upgraded and it's ready to attack. It's almost like if Deoxys went into attack form, this is what happened with Thundurus. And then Landorus going on all 4s kind of makes sense because it's a ground type. I do think this one's the best one, and it's the best competitively, so I'm gonna put it in A tier. Then we go to, I think it's Reshiram. Reshiram is okay. I think like its tail end is cool, but then when it gets up to like the chest up, it looks a little weird, a little off for some reason. It looks like a burnt chicken or something like that. But it's still cool. And then Zekrom just looks powerful and ready to like murder half the world. I think that is what I'm going makes it. If it looks like it's ready to destroy half of humanity, that means it's a cool Pokemon. And then we got the Kyurem forms. Both Kyurem forms look pretty dope. Actually, I like both Kyurem forms more than I like Heatran. I think these, this was the first instance of them fusing Pokemon, which is just a cool concept, and I wish they would do it a little bit more. Not so much that every Pokemon can fuse, but maybe like more Pokemon. And then one day, hopefully, we can maybe get like the original Dragon. And Kyurem kind of falls short just because I think it's supposed to fall short, but like the design is obviously, it looks empty. I think that's what they're going for, but if I'm going off purely a design aspect, Kyurem's going to fall into the B tier. But I think it's supposed to look empty, and I think that's what they were trying to do. So kudos to them. They did a good job at it. And then we got Keldeo. That's his sword form. I'm going to put them, they're pretty much not that much different. You can't even get the sword. I'm going to put the sword form back. You can't even get it. It's hard. I think it's impossible to get it now if you try to go back and play it. But, yeah, they're just small horses with a sword on the face. Meloetta. I'm going to put, is it F tiered? I'm going to put it in D tier, but they kind of pushed the whole music note thing a little too far, I think. It's cool, it's fine, but it's not part of it. Genesect. If you ain't putting, if I'm not, man, they did a great job with this mythical. I'm saying it's a Kabutops that got metal, a bunch of metal on, or maybe it's a Scyther that got a bunch of metal on. There's a thing, there's a lot of Pokemon that can come together to make a cool story. Buddy, we gotta fly through. Do we move on? All right, I think I'm gonna end it there and do a part 2 of all legendary Pokemon because there's so many of them, and we've went through all generation, pretty much 1 through 5, and a little bit of 8. But we're gonna go. This is part 1. If you did enjoy, let me know. Let me know what you think. I'll keep going with this thing in the next part. But do hit those like and subscribe buttons. It does help me out. Comment who your favorite legendary Pokemon is, and what you think of my list down below. But that is all I have for now, and until next time, peace.